your game. Welcome back, Cody's Caravan. We're in Grass Valley today. We're at family-friendly farms. It's tough for me to say. It's tough for me to say.
Family-friendly farms with a generational family farming. I'm the dad, Zach's the son, and we don't always act that way. Sometimes he acts as the dad and I act as the son. But it's wonderful to be together and to be able to be out in nature and raise healthy animals and provide healthy food for good people.
Yeah. We're going to talk about what you guys do out here, but I believe it's time to release the ladies. Release the ladies, Zach.
All right.
Now, this cart moves, and there's a purpose why it moves.
Yes, it's purposely built on a trailer so that we can pull it around every 2 days. We move it around the pasture so that the chickens can make their droppings and fertilize the pasture as we go. And we can even, there they go, they're coming out. They want some fresh forage. There's a natural spring running right underneath those trees where they get natural water. Right from the snowmelt, from the Sierras.
Really?
Yeah. So happy animals, natural food, natural environment creates a nutrient-dense, healthy meat for us to eat. And that's the basis for the farming, is that everything is grown on pastures, and so that the animals are all in their natural habitat. The cows can roam around on big pastures, eating different types of grasses and getting a little exercise as opposed to being stuck in a feedlot. We also have staked to natural principles by not adding any chemicals like hormones, or we don't add any antibiotics. We don't have any pesticides or any sprays, any herbicides on the pastures. And we also have no GMOs of any kind that either go into the animals or are part of the animals, so that everything is grown in a longer amount of time, and that allows the animals to mature and get a really not only nutrient-dense food for our health, but also really deep flavor, so everything tastes a lot better too.
Yeah, we were talking about this. I did a story about chickens, and this guy just grilled them up, put a little salt on it, and it was the best tasting chicken I ever had. And I was like, why does this taste so good? What kind of stuff did you put in it? And he goes, no, that's the way chickens are supposed to taste, because when they live like this, they taste like chickens.
Yes, and it takes longer to grow them, but then that creates a deeper and a better texture in the meat. For instance, the commercial or industrial farming where they have 5,000 chickens in a small warehouse, and that's how they're growing them. They grow them in 5 to 6 weeks. Ooh. Yeah, and they force them with added hormones to be able to get them to grow that fast, and then we're ingesting all those hormones, and then it's an unhealthy environment, so they have to include antibiotics in their feed, and that's how all that troubles happen for us, developing resistance to antibiotics, and then later we can't enjoy needing a healthy boost of antibiotics because our body's already been immune to this medicine.
Yeah.
But anyways, we take like 3 to 4 months to grow these chickens, so they can't afford to do that in a warehouse, but we can afford to do that out here because the grass is growing freely, and we just take a little more time with them so that we're not compromising the health and living in nature, not only for the animals but for us too.
It is fascinating. I cannot wait to explore this morning. We're going to learn so much, and we're going to talk about how this was meant to be. I really think this was meant to be. The way they found this piece of property, it's a great story. That's all coming up. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, now I want to try this chicken, Cody. Feel like I've been robbed of good chicken my entire life. Thank you, Code. Appreciate it.
Welcome back, Cody's Caravan. We're at family-friendly farms today.
With the pigs.
With the pigs. The pigs have just showed up. There they are right there. So explain a little bit how this works here.
Okay, so we're on a large pastures. We want to grow all our animals on large pastures so they can freely roam around and forage on natural grass. They have nutrient-dense pastures, produce nutrient-dense food for us to eat, and that's all about the health of the animal. These pastures also have natural springs coming through it, and we also irrigate from the snowmelt from the Sierra. We have a system of irrigation ditch water that comes from Nevada County that comes right from the snow melt in the Sierras, and we bring that water down through a pipe system, and we let it flood irrigate across the landscape to keep areas nice and green.
You did it
all through the year.
Because it is nice and green. It's beautiful out here.
And there are areas that we irrigate and there are areas that we don't. And so some of it's brown and natural and some of it's green and natural. But the main thing is to not only allow the animals to grow on large pastures, but to move them around from pasture to pasture. If we can see, we even got some cows up there in the corner. And there's, in this whole area that we're looking at, is about 80 acres as a part of the ranch. And we have separate fenced acreage. We have separate fenced paddocks of about 5 acres each. And so we move the cows from one paddock to the next paddock to the next paddock so that they're constantly on fresh forage. And all the while they're leaving their droppings behind, fertilizing the area.
Yeah. The way nature intended, right?
Exactly. As opposed to the industrial food program right now, which is just really sad. All these pigs that we see out on these natural pastures are grown actually in industrial warehouses, and they're grown and they actually live on a metal grate system so that all their pee and poop can be handled efficiently. It all goes down through this grate system and goes out to these basically these lagoons that are filled with excrement, which is why that the smell goes for 10 miles out of how horrible it smells from these factory farming situations.
And then you come out here and it smells like heaven.
Yeah.
It smells amazing.
We smell flowers, we smell natural grasses, and we have direct sunshine that's growing, and just direct sunshine and snow melt water that's growing the feed that the animals are eating.
It's amazing.
It couldn't be more healthy.
Yeah.
And then that translates into our health when we eat this good food.
Right. It totally makes sense. Now, I hinted about, you actually do tours and stuff. People can come out here.
Yes, we're happy to receive tours, even people from TV. And we do. People come out a couple times a week, actually, and they're welcome to come out, and we give them a nice little walk around and show them all the animals, show them how we, not only how we grow the animals, but also we talk about cooking in different ways, and that gets fun to talk about favorite cuts of food and favorite types of dishes, and we help them along with getting new ideas for new dishes.
Nice.
And then we end up in the freezer packing shop shed, where they get to look at and shop in all these, like a sea of freezers that we'll show you on the next round.
Okay.
And there's 125 different types of cuts of food that we have, so more than any grocery store would.
Yeah.
So we actually produce the food that goes to the grocery stores.
Right. Okay, more from out here. I'm telling you, I'm learning a lot here today. Plus, apparently I'm delicious because the pigs kept biting my feet. All right, that's coming up. We'll also tell you the little history of how they found this piece of property. It is a great story. It's a great story. Back to you guys.
That is really interesting.
I'm so happy right now.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Thank you, Cody. Appreciate it.
So happy.
Local farmers taking pride in how it raises its animals. So Cody took the Caravan to Grass Valley, where he is learning and leaning in to the farming lifestyle. It's a vibe.
Sucked in. No, quite honestly, I'm getting sucked into this. So it's not just about sustainable farming, it's about a sustainable lifestyle, which sometimes doesn't connect when you're doing a farm.
A big popular word now is homesteading, and we found a definition of homesteading to be a wholesome lifestyle that prioritizes the home and the family and is connected to the earth. So we want a sustainable lifestyle where our family can be together throughout the day rather than driving off to school and to soccer practice in this place. I realize that there can be a lot of neat family dynamics in that as well, but we just chose to have a simpler life and to be able to raise our kids where we can see our kids throughout the day, homeschool them, have lunch and dinner together, and also work together. And I found that working together with the kids really is a bonding experience with them more than what just playing together with them can do.
Right.
Although we want to play with them together as well, we want to pray with them, so that we live these 5 aspects of life together, which is praying together, working together, eating together, playing together, and resting together. And when we do those things together as a family, then we're really bonding together and we're really living a homesteading way of life by doing it in a farming environment connected to the earth.
Now you were looking for a place to try that out, but you had trouble finding the perfect spot, and then the perfect spot kind of found you.
It took 3 years of searching. I had to almost beg the realtors to just make phone calls or knock on doors because we weren't finding it on any multiple listing, because I was looking for something that was at the end of the road for a little private oasis of a peaceful place. We're looking for natural water runoff with creeks and or irrigation water. We're looking for a place that was usable. And so all these features we just couldn't find until finally we met through a realtor, good old Bob Reeder, sweet old guy who had owned this property, and said, I never really wanted to sell it, but I'm getting older, and if I find a family that loves it as much as I do, then I'm willing to sell it. Sure enough, as he's telling that to us, I see my 3-year-old daughter clenching his pinky finger as he's walking in front of me to show me more parts of the property. And I'm like, great. His heart's just melting with my daughter, and my heart was just melting as well to think that we could have an opportunity to be able to live here someday.
It was meant to be. Meant to be. Okay, I want people to check out the website. What's the website?
www.familyfriendlyfarms.com. And on the website, you'll have little blog posts and little stories of how we've lived over the years, and also some insights about farming. But you'll also have all the products of meat, over 125 meat products of beef, pork, lamb, chicken, turkey coming for Thanksgiving. And you'll be able to order online. We have home delivery. We ship all over the West Coast, so you can just push a couple buttons and your food will show up from our farm to your table within a few days.
And we will show you those products coming up. That's the next segment, so stick around for that. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Code. Love it.
I love it here. I love it here so much. I feel so at peace right here. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Code.
So we've been hanging out at the farm all day. It's a sustainable farm. Well, then it's time to talk products. Let's talk products, Bill.
So after all that natural growing out there, the animals go to a butcher and they package it. The USDA butchers, which are nice because it's all a very controlled butcher climate. It's very cold. It's very bacteria free, very clean. It's the one thing that USDA does great is to ensure that the products are cut and packaged in a bacteria free environment and very healthy and very solid for the consumer.
Right.
Okay.
That's the goal. That's what we want.
That's right. And we are a USDA approved facility to distribute meat now. And this is where we're storing some of the meat. We have various rooms with lots of freezers in them. This is our main room, our packing shed, we call it. And we've got everything from steaks. So this is a ribeye steak right here I'm holding up. And there's filet mignon steaks and sirloin steaks and New York steaks and tri-tips and every skirt steak, flank steak. I could go on and on and on. And even steaks probably people haven't even heard before, like hanger steaks.
You're right. I haven't heard of hanger steak.
We've got 125 different cuts of meat. In some freezers, we need more popular cuts, like ground beef is very popular right now. So we have a whole freezer full of ground beef. Great for that sustainable lifestyle because when we get hungry, we can just walk on down and grab some meat out of our freezers. But also people buy in bulk. So we sell big discount packages for people. 50-pound packs, or for smaller households, 25-pound packs and even 10-pound packs. But for people who want really bigger savings, they can buy a 100-pound pack or even a 200-pound pack of meat, so that they can have the same experience of having a big freezer. Usually one chest freezer will hold a couple 100 pounds of meat, and they can just walk into their garage and say, I wonder what I want for dinner tonight. So that's our beef. Zach's going to show you if you guys wander over.
Okay, Zach. This is Aria, by the way. Say hi to Aria.
All right, then we get over to here and we have pork. So we have everything from pork chops, a couple different kinds of bacon. We have our normal bacon, which is cut from the belly. So you get these guys right here.
How thick that is. I bet you that's delicious.
Oh yeah.
That's delicious.
Then getting in, we have all of our shoulder roast, picnic roasts. These are great for shredded pork, sandwiches, kind of anything and everything.
How about sausage,
And then
Zach?
sausage, let's take a peek over on this side. We have mild Italian sausage, we have breakfast sausage, we have ground pork, make your own sausage. I mean, You name it, we got it.
And
So
over on this side, we got some lamb to show them. Ari, can you pull out some lamb cuts to show them?
We got some lamb neck, and we have the lamb shank off, and we have the lamb breast or the lamb rack. We also have ground lamb, lamb stew, anything you want that we have lamb, we got it.
You guys got it. You got it. This has been so interesting. Like, I got to meet how the animals live, and I got to see the final product.
See how the people live.
And how the people live. This has been fantastic.
glad
But
to
people
have
can come out here and they can visit. You guys do tours and everything, right, Zach?
oh yeah, no, we do tours. We do pretty much just give me a call, let me know, and we'll set a time and have some fun.
And our phone number is posted on the website
Okay.
that you're flashing on the screen about now.
Yeah.
And,
Is that the best way to order meat too?
Yes, through the website. And the phone number, we're also welcome phone calls. There's always a few questions about new cuts, how to cook it, or how to get the best value package for the person. Yes. We also have a delivery club so that people can sign up and be a silver or a gold member and get a series of free deliveries with that membership.
Nice, nice. I have really enjoyed my time out here today. You got big plans though. We're not done yet. You want to expand a little bit.
A good start. We're opening up the farm for other people to come out and live here so that we can have a more sustainable community of farmers that don't have to all farm to make money for a living. They can just enjoy the hobby of farming to live their life out on a sustainable farm. Maybe they got some chickens in the backyard. Maybe they're have a couple fruit trees or something, maybe a little vegetable garden. We'd love to be able to have a milking cow again. And it's easier to do that when you're sharing that milk and the labor of milking the cow with a couple different families. So
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Family Friendly Farms. Check them out. Back to you.